unless I hear otherwise, I think we're ready to go, aren't we? All right, everybody. Hello. My name is Mr. P.R. Miller, and I am your host for this upcoming game. You know what? I've never heard of it, and I don't know if any of you have either, but hopefully we'll have Primal Pizza and Square here to really kick us off in a little game called Pokemon Red Edition. So I am very excited for this. So only a couple things that I want to go over here before we pass it over to the runners. First, $20 donation from Zimplici, and I want to thank you for that donation. A $50 one from See How. I donated the first 50 for this incentive. Let's keep it going and get that AI task run. I'm guessing that's for the Final Fantasy X AI task run. Just a little bit from everyone watching can get us there, so let's donate. There was a $150 anonymous donation. Definitely want to thank you for that. It was very generous. But I want to give a special one out to Sharky. Sharky with a $77.54 donation, and just rates 25,000. 25,000. Let's go QFG. Let's go Nami. Let's get that task bonus incentive met, and with that we are over 25,000, and we are raising money, as you see, for Nami. It's National Alliance on Mental Illness. I am dropping some hashtags you can put in social media right into the chat right now, and Nami just wants you to know that you're not alone, and it is okay to be okay, not be okay right now. Nami gets it. They're there for you, and you can visit nami.org for more information. And I am done. I am going to pass it over to our runners, where I have Primal Pizza and Square here on commentary. And guys, you are ready at any moment to take it away.
Hello, I'm Primal Pizza, and I'm going to be running... Oh!
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'm going to be running Pokemon Red Any% Glitchless Classic today. If you've seen a run of this game, chances are it was an Any% Glitchless run. Any% Classic is a little bit different. It obviously, is a glitchless run, no glitches involved, but there are about 3 extra restrictions added. Restriction number 1, hard resetting is banned, and this is to disallow the use of RNG manipulation, so this run will be entirely manipless. There are 2 other restrictions as well. No instant text, which, we can explain when we get there, and no sequence breaking using the Pokédoll. Square, do you have anything to say?
I'm Square Root to Sheep. I'll also be joining on commentary. We're already stumbling over each other as we get this kicked off, but I wanted to address one thing right away. We'll get to the someone said they like Pokemon Blue more, but we'll explain why we have to be on Pokemon Red in a little bit.
So I'm going to be resetting here.
Yeah, go ahead, do that. I think just give a countdown when you're about to start Primal, so they can set a timer.
Okay. I just gotta set options real quick, right here. Fast off and shift. And alright, I'm gonna give a countdown right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Now, first off, we are going to name our player. And if it hasn't been changed in the last 20 minutes or so, I think the winning name is OPT, I believe?
You got it. OPT, all capitals.
OPT, all capitals. Sweet. That is a nice short name. Saves time to name your player character and rival 1 character names, just for, less text. And we can go through the intro here. I'm going to be picking up this potion in the PC right here. This first fight, it's not likely to kill you at all, but if you die to it, it's just really hard to make up, the required experience and money in this route.
If you watch anyone do PB attempts of this game or world record attempts, they're not getting that PC potion, but for this setting, we'd like to not die to the first fight, right? I mean, right? That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be preferable. Now, you might be wondering what starter we are going to pick. The obvious answer is Squirtle. Squirtle is the best Pokemon at getting past Brock, the first gym leader, which is really all we need our starter to do, since we are going to be main switching to Nidoran, which will carry the rest of the run for us. Also taking the extra time to name our starter one character. And we're going to go right into this first fight right here, Rival 1. This is a really bad fight. It's not likely to kill you at all, but can waste tons of time. This Bulbasaur knows Tackle and Growl, and will use either at random. Leading with Growl, that's terrible. That's the worst thing you can see.
That is not ideal.
Oh boy. Double Growl. Oh no, okay.
Primal is dropping that second Tail Whip down. That's so we don't end up doing 1 damage to the Bulbasaur. We'll always do at least 2.
Oh no, I gotta miss. Tackle is not 100% accurate like it is in modern Pokemon games. It's only 95%, and I got crit. This fight is going horribly.
It's also a lower power move in earlier gens.
That is true. It's 35 base power, I believe, in this game.
Yep. So it's kind of double whammy there on well, I guess if you think of it this way, I guess it got a buff, a double buff in later gens. Critical hit would be really nice if we could have one here.
Oh yes, critical hits ignore all stat changes. So, you know, if I got a critical earlier, it would have ignored all the growls and dealt a lot more damage. Alright. I just checked my stats right there. I'm mainly checking for the special stat of the Squirtle. I can see I had 12 special. That is good special, and that's going to save a couple turns later on.
Yeah, I'm smiling at that 12 special showing up there. It's going to make Brock a much easier, much safer, less scary fight in a few minutes.
And I'm heading up Route 1 right here. We do actually need to kill 1 encounter for experience, and this level 2 Pidgey will do just fine. If we just take the required trainers all the way up to Brock and nothing more, we will be level 7. And Squirtle learns Bubble at level 8. And it's really close to level 8 if we just fight the minimum amount of trainers. So if we just fight 1 encounter, we'll get that Bubble before Brock, and that will make it actually possible.
Like 90% sure it's actually 1 experience point shy.
1?
Just getting level 8. Yeah, from the Weedle, yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's so silly.
What a troll.
This is actually a great time if they have anything to read off donation-wise, they could do that.
Oh yeah, we've had a lot come in just the last couple seconds here, so I got a plenty. Jet Boy the Mage gives $25 and says 25,000 exclamation point. Let's keep it going. Cat, $131 donation. Thank you so much. It's a Pokemon tradition after all. My favorite Pokemon is everyone's favorite boat, Lapras. Gizmolo, oh my gosh, generous, $250 donation. And at a time when the world is in chaos, it is so great to help make mental health resources available to those in need. Thank you, RPG Limit Break, and the organizers, runners, and commentators of Questing for Glory for supporting this amazing cause. Thank you, Gizmo. I appreciate that. Berserk now, a $5 donation. I am just donating to say that Bulbasaur is the best starter. Feel free to donate to tell us otherwise, or else tell us that Flygon is the best bug-type Pokemon. And one more $250 donation from Xenofair. TAS FF10, let's go! Also, my favorite Pokemon is Patamon.
Alright, you can see I am, I'm talking to Oak from the back here, and the reason for that is you can see our rival, and actually almost all NPCs in this game walk really slow, about half the speed you do. So by talking to Professor Oak from above or from the side, the same amount of time, the rival, you know, has less tiles to walk from off screen. So it saves time over talking to Oak from the bottom. There's several small optimizations like that throughout the run, mostly involving the rival, where like you move in what seems like suboptimal ways, but it actually is faster because the rival just walks less.
I'm guessing you talked to them from behind because you played Pokemon Yellow. Is that right?
Oh, no, I actually usually talk to him from the side. I just thought thought I'd switch it up.
Yeah, no, I like talk to him from behind for marathons because it's more blatantly obvious how it saves the time.
Mm-hmm. And see, I'm buying
That's
a lot
of
of Pokeballs. Not going to be able to RNG manip in this category, and usually runners would RNG manip a Nidoran Encounter and a catch on that Nidoran. Neither of those are guaranteed. I'm going to make a little bit of a safety save right here, just in case things go horribly unlucky, which they have the possibility of going. It's not likely. But I'm gonna... If this isn't Nidoran, I'm gonna need to be quiet for a little bit. Square can kind of explain what I'm doing here.
Right, so
Come
level
on.
4 Rat. So Primal is going to... Oh, we have a fat level 4 Rat on our hands. So Primal's just gonna look for another encounter. And then work his magic. So level 3. We're gonna get a successful run away, and Primal's gonna move in a particular way. That's gonna increase the chance that we end up getting a level 3 or level 4 Nidoran. Imagine we're spinning a big roulette wheel. What Primal is doing is only hopping in at the moments that a level 3 or level 4 Nidoran show up on that wheel, and there we go, we got it. That's awesome. we tackle level 3 once,
crit.
chuck balls. Nice, nice, nice.
Alright, first ball. That's actually really good. Okay,
It's
I'm gonna
actually
need
really
the...
difficult to do that. That's really difficult. Nice job, man.
I'm gonna need the Nidoran name right now. And that,
Oh yeah, what's the name?
That has not changed since the last time you checked. It is Gen 1 Miss.
Okay. That has a number in it. I'm just gonna enter the letters because there are no numbers in this game. Well, in the name entry screen. There are numbers in this game. Gen 1 Miss. Nice, long name. In an any percent glitchless run, those incentives actually would not exist because you need the player and Nidoran name to be one letter for some of the RNG manipulation. So that's classic exclusive content here.
It had a one character incentive, you know what I mean? If someone really wants us to name it B, we could do that.
Okay, so this Nidoran has pretty much entirely random stats, and over kind of the next part of the run, from Brock and then the route after Brock, is going to be finding out kind of a general idea of the stats of that Nidoran. This could be the best Nidoran I've ever seen. It could be the worst Nidoran I've ever seen. We do not know.
We're gonna care most about its attack stat, which we're gonna get to see when we level up on twice on Brock.
Just gonna pick up this little hidden potion right here. And fight this trainer. We call him Weedle Guy because he has a Weedle and he's a guy. And this is another one of the worst fights in the game. This Weedle knows Poison Sting and String Shot. And we'll use either at random. You want to see as many String Shots as possible. You can see that String Shot failed. Both of those String Shots failed. Stat lowering moves used by the AI in this game actually have a 25% chance of failing. So that's really good. This fight is going pretty well so far. Getting poisoned.
Say that, but it is.
Well, if I don't say that, then the fight's gonna go fine. Okay, as long as I hit this tackle, should be good. Nice. That was actually an amazing
nice
fight.
Level 4 turn. That is really good. It's pretty rare to see no crits from your Squirtle. Critting would ignore your tail whips and do less damage. That's right, critting does less damage occasionally in this game.
Yeah, crits work really, really strangely in this game, in multiple ways. The crit rate, it's not like a set rate like it is in, normal games. And it's in fact based on the base speed of the Pokemon, so faster Pokemon are going to crit way more often. And that is a big factor in certain parts of the run.
15 HP isn't necessarily bad video game matic. It is we either had 15 or 16 though. We did have 15.
Yeah, HP stat doesn't really matter a whole lot. Okay, we're going to switch train Nidoran here against Brock, and that'll get him the XP he needs to learn Horn Attack, and I'm going to check his stats when he levels up. Alright, what are we getting here? 11-9, 11-9. Okay.
Okay.
That is very good speed.
Yeah, good speed is great. That's the second most important stat.
Okay, Screech fails really good. Okay, I'm actually gonna heal right here.
Yep, play
Because
safe.
I do not want to risk a critical hit. Onyx is really fast and so has a very high crit rate. Okay. That was a good fight. Only had to use one potion. Take another look at the stats right here. 15-12, 15-12. This is almost perfect speed. I would actually take this in a PB attempt.
Yeah, so our Nidoran has mediocre attack, but speed being above 12 is amazing.
Oh yes, that's gonna be so nice. In like maybe half an hour-ish.
Yeah, so each of our stats has a sort of hidden value that can either be between 0 to 15. So that's attack, defense, speed, and special. Special covers both attack and defense. So we're going to learn a little bit more about those, what stats we have in a moment.
And so on this route, I'm probably going to be a little bit quiet, and because I'm just going to be checking stats. Now, Square, if you'd like to explain what that badge Brock gave us does, that would be great.
Sure. So we just got Brock's badge, and if you were reading through the text that Primal mashed through, he told us it boosts our attack. And it does. It actually gives us a 1/8 boost to our attack total. So we do a little bit more damage. But not only that, but since they were so good at coding this game, whenever any of these bugs hits us with a string shot, or a rat hits us with tail whip, or Ekans hits us with leer, we actually get another 1/8 boost to our attack. So you might see us get hit by a string shot and then do a whole deal more damage than we did previously.
Yeah, badge boosts are very strange in this game, and it's actually a huge part of routing. Because another thing that's strange about badge boosts is that they wear off if you level up. Like if you level up, all your badge boosts, even the reapplied ones, are just completely gone. So if you level up in like a strange spot, that could be very bad. So the experience route for this game is really precise because of that.
Yeah, Gen 1 is a funny game.
It's got a lot of quirks.
With your good speed, I think you can skip save here, but it's up to you.
I don't think I want to risk it. What was my defense?
I
I didn't catch that.
Oh, your defense is a little low. I would just... Yeah, I would still save.
Yeah, I'm potioning here anyway, so it's not that much time.
Yeah, so we actually outspeed this next trainer's Ekans in this fight, which makes it a whole lot safer, but it's still a little scary.
Yeah, this fight is really, really bad if you have bad defense. Okay, Tail Whip there's a little scary. Uh-oh, this rat can get you in a heal loop. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to heal that. I am in a heal loop now.
You are.
Okay, just use Tail Whip and we're all good. Nice.
Or tackle miss.
Okay, so barring our Nidoran's namesake, okay, we're through the rat. But then this next Pokemon is pretty bad as well. It is an Ekans, which knows Wrap, which is probably one of the worst moves in the game. In that it just traps you and you can't do anything for the Wrap's duration. It's really quite unfortunate that we got hit by that. But as long as we don't get hit by it again...
we can heal during it, which is... Thankfully, we can do that.
I actually know all my Nidoran's DVs now. It's got 8 attack, 8 defense, 15 speed, which is perfect, and 9 special. So, not horrible, actually. No DV under 8's actually pretty good. Well, besides HP, but HP doesn't really matter a whole lot.
It's a good time to chime in.
Yeah, this is a perfect time.
Perfect. All right. I don't have any donations just yet, but that's exactly why I wanted to get this information out, because if you donate during these next couple games here, actually one of these is shutting down pretty shortly here. We've got some Red Fairy keychain plush and a bunch of other plushes from the game Lost Kingdoms. And for the keychain plush, the 4-inch plush, and let's see, both of those are a $5 donation. If you donate $5, you're entered to have the chance to win those. There's a 5-inch plush for Red Fairy that is also, that's a $10 one, and then there is a 9-inch one that is $15 in order to buy in. And every single one of those, I want to make sure I get this name right on here, because you want to make sure I definitely want to make sure we give a proper shout out to Toy Hermit here for donating all of those. Toy Hermit, thank you so much, and get your opportunities to buy them, because these will be shutting down before too long. We've also had that opened up in here, handmade Eevee Soom and a shiny Eevee Soom that is done by Plush Mayhem. Both of those are a $5 minimum buy-in, and if you donate $5 during this chance, you have it. But this is the cream of the crop. You can enter into all of those for a $25 donation, as well as the chance to win kind of one of the grand prizes of this thing, or at least right now. It's a Super Nintendo. It's a refurbished Super Nintendo with a component mod output. It is a $25 buy-in for that, and it is done by P. Diggity Dog, and I am dropping his name in chat right now. You can check him out on twitter.com/PDiggityDog or Facebook, and they also take commissions on other things. So, if you $25 donation, you have your chance for that one. That's all I got.
Sweet. Not a ton to say about this next trainer. Good speed is very good in this fight, because there is a Metapod that if you get hit by String Shot and under speed, then it uses Harden before you can damage it. Oh boy, that's not good. Oh, and a
good,
miss.
but no risk of death at least. We easily win the fight.
The
No chance of
Metapod
losing.
only knows Harden, so it can't really do anything to us. Can't even PP
It's like
stall.
straight out of the anime, right? It just uses Harden.
Mm-hmm. Very good battling strategy.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, unless we
They
crit,
don't tackle, right?
this one, we're gonna run out of horn attacks. We gotta use tackle to finish this off. Alright, nice. We reach level 14 and learn Poison Sting, which is simultaneously a bad move, but also a fast move.
Did we have an incentive for the bird being named or
No,
powered?
don't have any more incentives from here on.
Ah,
I'm gonna need to catch a bird in the grass over here, because we
Side
need
quest.
something to learn the HM move Fly. There's a 90% chance for either a Pidgey or a Spearow in this grass. We got a Spearow. Level 6. Perfect. And just weaken it with Tackle real quick. And I hope we catch this. We have plenty of Pokeballs to spare since our Nidoran was first ball, so not too concerned. And it gets in. Very good. unlike everything else, we're not going to nickname Spearow because we don't see its name enough in the run in order to warrant taking the extra time to name it one character. And before Mount Moon, we're going to take this Pokemon Center right here. This isn't really for health reasons, it's just to reset our Horn Attack PP, because we ran out of Horn Attacks on that route, and we're going to need quite a bit more for Mount Moon. Now, Mount Moon is a very interesting part of the run compared to Glitchless. In any percent Glitchless, you would RNG manip through Mount Moon to get no encounters, except for a Paris encounter at the very end, which you would use for a cut and dig user. But we can't really do that. So we're just gonna have to hope for good encounter luck. But there are a few things we can do in the meantime. We need to get some extra experience points here. Because that helps out with a lot of fights in the mid-game. Early to mid-game. And because our Nidoran does not have amazing attack, it's got okay attack, I'm going to elect to fight an optional trainer a little bit later on to gain some experience. You're just getting trolled by encounters here. Wow, is that 4 or 5 before the nerd?
Incredible.
That is very unlucky. I think average for all of Mount Moon is like 10 or 11.
They were all Zubats.
They were all Zubats.
We get some solid sprites in Gen 1, and here's one of them. I actually like Magnemite a lot.
Very good crit on the Magnemite that saved a turn.
Nice.
Critical hit rate in this game is kind of just buffed up from a lot of other Pokemon generations. I think in the most recent games it is like 1 in 24. Almost everything else, of course, is dependent on base speed, but almost everything else has a much better critical hit rate than that. Some even going up to like 20-25%, which is crazy. I finished the Voltorb right there with Poison Sting, and the reason for that is because we have move animations turned off, that doesn't actually turn off the move animations, it just replaces them with other default animations. Also, I got a nice Paris right here.
Hello there.
Can weaken and hopefully catch. Should be about a 75%.
It may not look like it, but we just saved a minute.
Yes, Paris is...
all that time from the encounter is back.
So helpful. And got it first of all as well. Got everything first of all.
It's a rare encounter. I would actually like to search up what the percent is. I would guess like 10.
It's different based on the floor. I know I looked it up at some point. But this floor, it's actually the rarest. So that was really nice. But as I was saying, the moves animations aren't actually turned off. They're just replaced with different move animations. Moves without any added effects, such as Tackle or Horn Attack, are replaced with what we call a flash animation, where you'll see here on this Oddish, because we're going to Horn Attack it, it just flashes for, you know, about a second, couple seconds. Poison Sting, on the other hand, and moves that have added effects, like Poison Sting's chance to poison, or Bubble's chance to lower speed, those are replaced with a really quick, what we call a shake animation, where the screen just like shakes a little bit, and it's like about a second faster. So when possible, even if it's super effective or not very effective, you have an extra text box, it's worth it to finish Pokemon with shake animation moves, even if those moves aren't very powerful.
We call this trick not pressing B.
Yes, pressing B here means the run is over. I'm going to... oh, I was going to open my menu right there, but I got an encounter. This is a Super Game Boy Palette but I am running on emulator. Emulator runs for this game are on the same leaderboard as console runs, because the emulator is very accurate, 1-to-1 with console. I'm going to teach Water Gun to our Gen 1 miss right here. That's going to help out a lot in this next fight we're going to do.
Got time for a donation or two?
Yeah, we got time for a donation probably.
Perfect. And I've only got two small ones here. Tip donates $10. It just says, let's unlock that Final Fantasy X task run. I agree. And the second is Sinfire Titan, who says, Fairy Plush, with a $5 donation. I appreciate that.
Nice. So, yeah, I'm fighting this hiker here. If I had very good attack, I'd elect to get experience elsewhere from encounters, but fighting this hiker gets you quite a lot of experience that makes a lot of ranges later on very good. And what I mean by range is that damage in this game is slightly randomized and moves to a variable amount of damage. So throughout the run you might hear Emir Square say something like, this is a range to kill, or a range to two-shot, or something. And that would mean, like, it's not guaranteed to kill. Ooh. Okay, this encounter was an interesting spot. Will this work with a 3-character name?
I'm not sure. Give it a try.
Oh, yes! I got it. It just jingle skip that item pickup. If your character name is short enough, and you get an encounter before that item tile, you can just skip the jingle from picking it up. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, you still lose time overall getting the encounter, but you do save a little bit back. Wow, 2 Paris. How about that?
Why can't I get this in PB attempts?
Well, I mean, the amount of encounters, though.
No, I guess that's a little bit of a downside.
You have such a large sample size, you're gonna get like 5 more Paris.
Alright, so now, after this encounter... Ooh,
what you've all been waiting for.
I got the 12 Clefairy, that's the 1% on this floor. Wow.
Main switch?
Oh, no, this isn't a task.
They just met the task. Yeah, task. They're making the incentive.
Another 12 Clefairy in a row! What is this? 2 1% in a row. That's actually crazy.
It chased you down.
Okay, so now we're gonna evolve Nidorino into Nidoking right here. This is part of the reason why Nidoking is just so good. And that you can get its 3rd stage evolution like really quickly. We're not even at the second gym yet, and we already have a stage 3 Pokemon with just insane stats for this point in the game.
We don't even have access to repels yet, and we have a Nidoking.
So this fight in Glitchless is a bit of a pain because you still have Nidoran here because you get a lot less experience and you haven't evolved to Nidorino yet. But in Classic, you got Nidoking here. This fight is not very bad at all. This Zubat has Supersonic, and it can confuse you like it did here. I just gotta hit through. Okay, nice. But yeah, this fight it can just waste lots of time in Glitchless, and it's a huge run killer. This fight, on the other hand, is not much to worry about here. This Grimer does no disable, and if it disables Horn Attack, it can disable any move at random, but if it disables Horn Attack, it can be pretty bad. But other than that, pretty easy fight right here.
I'm posing the real question, chat, though. Are we going for Dome Fossil, or are we praising Helix?
Oh boy.
The big decision.
We gonna be praising Helix today?
Helix is optimal, remember. So are we gonna play optimally, or are we gonna play unoptimally here? Oh, that's a nice crit.
That is a nice crit, but I was already pretty likely to 2-shot since I got Hiker XP, which gets me level 18 for the coughing. You guys want Helix Fossil? Alright. Well, I'm picking Dome. Too bad. Sorry to disappoint you.
You gotta get Dome. It's like a marathon unofficial rule.
Yeah, it's tradition at this point. Helix is optimal because it makes the NPC walk less tiles to pick it up.
And it
But
gives you maximum encounter immunity. I think you like.
oh,
risk
that is
encounters.
true. It might.
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, I'm not sure.
I don't know actually.
Might still have immunity getting Dome, like the same amount.
Okay, so now that we are out of the RNG prison that is Mount Moon, we can go to Safe Haven that is Cerulean, heal up at the Pokemon Center. This Pokemon Center heal isn't really for HP or PP reasons as much as it is to reset our warp point. Because Cerulean is a very useful warp point for our purposes, and in Gen 1, in order to set a warp point, you have to actually heal at the Pokemon Center, instead of just walking in and out of it like in other games. We're gonna pick up this candy this old man has buried in his lawn. Don't try this at home, kids.
Alright, and now this is another candidate for like top 10 worst fights in the game.
Yeah, this fight is not the best. This Pidgeotto knows Gust, Quick Attack, and Sand Attack. We want to see anything but Sand Attack. Since getting our accuracy lowered in this game is just absolutely brutal. Uh-oh, it's not using Quick Attack. Alright, Gust, very nice. That's a cool crit too. If I crit again, then I can two-shot it, which would be very cool. Ooh, that's Sand Attack once. I am going to risk this. Now, all of our moves after that Sand Attack are now 66.6% to hit instead of 100%. Thankfully we've hit all of them so far.
I hope you could definitely roll the dice for a little bit here. No shame in swapping.
Absolutely not. In fact, now might be a good time to talk about instant text.
Oh yes, I sort of glossed over that. So, in regular glitchless runs, after taking that Pokemon Center, we would go try to pick up the bike early, because you never know, right? Like, you might just talk to the bike shop owner, and he gives you the bike. So we talk to the bike shop owner, we mash B, we walk out, and for some reason this sets a flag that allows our text to scroll instantly. And so instead of each letter printing out each frame, it would actually just pop up instantly. And we'd be able to hold this until we open up a menu or hit a yes/no text box. And we actually hold it pretty much all the way up to Bill's cottage, which is like north and to the east from us right now. But it is banned in this category.
Yes.
Did I miss anything on IT there?
I don't really, I don't think you missed anything.
Okay.
But IT instant text is also, yeah, quite risky because you can't open up any menus or you'll lose instant text. So that means you can't heal at all. You can't swap in fights. For example, if you get sand attacked a ton. And that just makes the next couple of splits really, really risky.
Yeah, in a marathon setting, like when people do regular glitchless runs, they still just, they'll heal and lose it. But it loses anywhere from like a minute to a minute and a half when you have to do that. Depending where it is, you could lose less time, but it's a make or break section of the glitchless run for PB attempts though, because it's never worth losing IT in a PB attempt.
Yeah,
maybe a little asterisk next to that, because maybe there's certain times when it could.
Instant text just saves so much time, but it is incredibly risky. So you're going through so many fights that are just, that can just damage you and kill you, especially if you're at low health.
Alright, so after this fight, you're gonna hit level 21, is that right?
Yes, after this fight, because I took the Hiker in Mount Moon and got a lot of extra experience, I'm gonna hit level 21. Which is pretty important, because we have 2 rare candies, and we can level to level 23, and learn Nidoking's, I believe, only level up move, which is Thrash, which is a very good move for the speedrun. Thrash is 90 base power, I believe, it's normal type, and it lasts from 3 to 4 turns randomly, while only using 1 PP for the entire duration. So it's very, very cost efficient, and super high powered from this point in the game, coming off of Nidoking's incredible attack. So it's just gonna basically smash through a lot of things in this next section. Gen 1 mislearned Thrash. Hopefully we won't Gen 1 miss Thrash, that could potentially be very bad.
Yeah, the only way that this doesn't go underestimate is if we Gen 1 miss in a very bad place.
Oh yeah, it's a Gen 1 miss. I don't think we've explained that yet. Every 100% accurate move in this game has a 1 in 256 chance to miss, because some programmer forgot to put an equal sign somewhere. So if that happens at an inopportune time, it can just be catastrophic. But usually it doesn't matter. Usually. This trainer, actually, we had a Red Any Percent Glitchless tournament, and I died to this trainer because I Gen 1 missed this Mankey, and he karate chopped me and killed me. So Gen 1 misses, they can vary in how much they can affect your run. Team Rocket Grunt here really doesn't hold a candle to our power with Nidoking. Nidoking just absolutely smashes.
Yeah, we're pretty safe from this point until Misty, which is going to take about, what, like 6 minutes to get there or so?
Yeah.
6.5 minutes? Yeah, so we're pretty much going to cruise for the next 6 minutes. So if you have any donations you want to read out, this is like a good time.
Just one so far from Level Story. It is a $25 donation. Thank you, Level Story, for that. And I think it's important that we probably mention that we are still raising money for NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They're the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization. Their work's focused around 3 pillars. It's education and support, awareness, and advocacy. And for education and support, it's important to know that they have 48 state offices and more than 650 affiliate NAMI NAMI offers a host of signature programs, presentations, and support groups that are available free of charge. This includes a national helpline that can provide information, resources, and a compassionate understanding, trained volunteer to support anyone who calls in. And these programs that you're helping to fund right now through this marathon and donations to the marathon, they reach more than 300,000 people a year and are life-changing opportunities for education, connection, support, and personal growth. It's something that we can all do right now and keep an eye on, because NAMI gets it. They're here. You can visit NAMI.org for more information, and you can also call the NAMI hotline at 1-800-950-NAMI. That's 6264 for support, information, referral. You should also check them out and make sure that you keep an eye on our hashtags that we're promoting on social media in order to get the word out about NAMI. There's 2 of them, and I'm going to drop them in chat right now. And that's what we have so far, guys.
Sweet, thank you. On to the game, we're just still thrashing. We got a couple trainers left before we reach Bill's house. And then comes a very exciting part of the game, in my opinion. Do I have any back-to-back Gen 1 misses? I don't think I've gotten any. I know Pokeguy Gen 1 missed Leer twice in a row on Brock while he was playing Yellow. That was crazy.
That was something that saved time, didn't it? Gen 1 missing
oh
those
yeah,
Leers.
because Onyx was biting, and that's why he used Leer, I think.
Yeah, it was a stall. Like, you're not trying to really lower the defense, are you? Oh, okay, you're using double kick though. Maybe,
yeah.
Maybe it's beneficial.
I'm not sure.
It's still
It's been
faster.
so long since I've run Yellow. I don't know. Alright, so now we're done with these trainers right here. I'm gonna pick up this Ether in the fence right here. PP restoration is very important throughout the run, since we're gonna be using a couple of moves with pretty low PP in the later part of the run. Then we're gonna go help Bill here. He somehow transformed himself into a Pokemon. We're just not gonna debate the ethics of that with him. We're just gonna be on our way. And he's going to give us the SS ticket. Go on the SSN. And make sure to not forget to talk to him. I have done that once. And you gotta walk, like, all the way up. All the way back up to talk with him again. Okay. Because I have high speed, I can afford to not heal to as much. Oh yes, we can escape rope out of Bill's house. For some reason. Because of the tile set used in the house, you can escape rope out of it. There's a number of houses in the game where that works, and we're going to see another one of them later on.
Yep, it's not a glitch. You can try it at home. It is safe to escape rope out of there. Just can't do it in Pokemon Yellow, I believe. They patched it there.
Yeah. You gotta take the walk of shame in Yellow. This Goldeen does not die to one Thrash unless I crit. It has Supersonic. We got Tail Whip fail. That is best outcome.
Nice.
We reach level 25. Reaching level 25 for Misty's Staryu is important because that guarantees a one-shot for all attack DVs. That experience we got in Mount Moon is pretty important because it grants us a lot of useful level ups like that. But coming up here we have Misty, which is, you know, you saw me save there. This is one of the worst fights in the game. I think out of all Nidoran DVs, this is the most likely to kill you. Because you just have to spam Thrash and win. Thankfully, because we have perfect speed, we actually outspeed Misty's Starmie, which is amazing since we don't have to take another hit on top of the hits we're already going to take. Ooh, it's not a promising roll. Misty will always spam her water kick attacks. Did not get two-shot.
Water gun is
Ooh,
water gun's still better.
We live at 4. I'm gonna swap to Spearow.
Yeah, you can swap to the bird because you'll go in and outspeed.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh god, okay. I shouldn't have pecked right there. Or whatever. Don't want Spearow finishing off.
Yeah, that could have been scary. Gentleman Candy would have fixed it, don't worry. We would have figured it out.
Okay, we just barely survived Misty, even though we had to swap. The reason I swapped is because after you finish thrashing, and I got 3-turn thrash, you actually get confused. And I didn't want to risk confusion on that fight since it's a 50-50 to hurt yourself. I'm gonna heal right there, because this next Pokemon coming up is a range to kill. It's a really good range, but I just don't want to risk it, since if I fail to KO it, I'm just dead.
Yeah, it's 87%. I'm here with the numbers, just ask me.
Score's our number guy.
And the Drowsy should be guaranteed, no? Oh wait, am
Yeah,
I
the
even on the
Drowsy's-
right shop?
The
Oh,
Drowsy's always guaranteed. Which is really nice, since in Glitchless, you fight this fight before Misty to get extra experience. I did not get them at chop range, it's good that I healed then. And then the Drowsy is a range in Glitchless, and it can be really, really mean to you. It can put you to sleep with hypnosis, and it can use confusion and just give you a bad time. This guy gives us Dig. Dig is a 100 base power in this game, ground type move. It's very powerful for this stage in the game.
You're gonna teach it Nidoking, right? You're gonna teach it Nidoking?
Yeah, it would be a great move to use on Nidoking. If Nidoking could learn it.
What?
It doesn't learn Dig for some reason. I think starting in Gen 3, Nidoking does learn Dig, but that would solve so many problems in this game if Nidoking could just learn Dig, but it doesn't, and we have to live with that. Yes, Dig is 100
I'm
base
just
power
joking
in
around
this
here,
game.
of course. I do know that it doesn't learn Dig, but it's so mind-boggling that it does not learn Dig.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things in this game that just make you say, what were they thinking? And that's one of them. Dig is 100 power in this game. It's the same base power as Earthquake, which we might see later. These Pidgeys can quick attack you, and I kind of don't want them to right now. But you know, if they do, it's not a huge problem. I'm just gonna have to heal before Boat Rival.
You actually would have died if all three of them crit. Fun fact.
Well, that would have been content.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be amazing, actually. That would have been hilarious.
Also, the numbers guy was wrong. It was 80.7%. So it was 81%.
Still unlucky that I missed that range. Hopefully
On the,
we'll make up
jump
from it by hitting some more important ranges later. Oh, got crit by the rat to 5. Okay then.
Oh my god.
Definitely gonna have to heal. Whoop. And I'm gonna enter the mart right here, buy some items we need for kind of the immediate future. We finally have access to repels. And we're gonna get some paralyze heal. Paralysis is a really bad status because it lowers your speed and makes you potentially unable to move. And we don't want lowering of speed because we want to go fast. Let's do a quick menu right here. Heal up a little bit. And then, Nidoking can't learn Dig, but it can learn Bubble Beam for some reason. Even though it's weak to water, and it's a ground type, it can't learn Dig, but it can learn Bubble Beam. I don't know what they were thinking.
Wants access to water, it has to like dig to a well or something. So how can it? Yeah, I rest my case.
No clue. Now this fight coming up here is also not great, but like not as bad as the last rival fight, I would say. In this category at least. If you have instant text here in Glitchless, because you would keep instant text like all the way through this fight ideally.
Test.
And you're at super low health, you can just get screwed. Hopefully we won't see Sand Attack here again. Please use Gust. Oh, or I could just crit. That's really good.
Yes, that was actually a range for the crit to go.
Wow. Alright. Okay, so I'm really looking for Vine Whip from Ivysaur. That would be very good. I'm actually in Red Bar right now. Could you explain a little bit about Red Bar?
Yeah, Vine Whip crit can do max 16, just so you know. So you're safe.
Okay. Ooh.
I told you too late. But you are safe. So Red Bar, when our health is under 10 out of 48. I say 10 out of 48 rather than 5 out of 24 because it's actually based off of the 48 pixels that make up our health bar. So if you're 10 pixels or below the 48 health bar pixels, you're in quote-unquote red bar. It doesn't actually show up red because it's Game Boy Color, or it's like a Game Boy game. But it plays a wee woo jingle that actually skips over all level up jingles and all Pokemon cries. So you end up saving over the course of like a 10-minute stretch. You could easily save a minute. So it's a massive amount of time save.
Yes, we're gonna make great use of red bar in the later section of the run, and hopefully actually the upcoming section of the run, since we have good enough special to go for it.
Yeah, definitely. As long as you're like saving for cans, which you probably are, right? And
yeah. Well, I'm saving for Fortune Thrash Girl. So.
Okay. Fair.
Unfortunately, we are going to need to have to heal for Surge again, because his Voltorb is a range to kill with Thrash. And it has Sonic Boom, which deals flat 20 damage, and we are at 17. Oh no, I don't want to do that. What am I doing? Okay, we're gonna teach our cut and dig to Paris right here. And then we're gonna go right into Surge's gym. In Glitchless, you would RNG manipulate these cans, but since we can't do that, we have to do it the old-fashioned way. And the cans in this game are really janky. There are only certain cans that can be the first can, and they each correspond to certain cans that can be the second can. Of course, it's the last possible can that's the first can. Is it gonna be this one? Alright. Second can open. That wasn't horrible. I've spent 2-3 minutes in this room before, getting really unlucky with cans. Fun little thing about the cans, regardless of the first can, the second can always has the potential to be the top left can, even if the first can is the top left. Sonic Boom's actually not amazing here, because we level right out of red bar.
So you get a quick attack.
Yeah, I did not get a quick attack from Pikachu, unfortunately. And this is actually pretty awkward. Surge's Raichu actually has no way of damaging us. Its only attacking moves are electric type. And then we just thrash it 2 times. Of course he uses an X speed. Has to stall out a little bit more time. We are past Surge. And he gives us TM24 Thunderbolt, which is a 95 base power move, which is still really, really powerful at this point in the game.
Nidoran can learn that, can he?
It shouldn't be able to learn Thunderbolt. I mean, it's a ground type. It's like immune to electric. Why would it be able to learn an electric move? Nidoking can learn Thunderbolt. For some reason. Now listen to
suppose that even holds for later gens.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think they reduced its move pool.
Nah.
This is another house we can dig right out of. Dig and escape rope work in the same way.
Yep, stole my words, exactly.
Are we actually going to go here and get the bike? It's going to make our movement a lot faster. I'm going to do a little bit of a menu right out here. And teach Thunderbolt to Nidoking, a very, very useful move for this next section.
Yes, something you'll notice that Primal is doing is anytime he has to open his bag to use an item, he's going to make the most of that time spent opening the bag by swapping useless items that are at the top of our bag as a 1-for-1 exchange with items at the bottom that are useful and that we'll use again. So the way swapping items works in Gen 1 is it is a 1-to-1 exchange. Whereas other gens where you swap items usually like sticks the item between two other items, but that's not how it functions here.
And menuing is really quite precise in this game. There's a lot of tricks you can do to make the menus look really fast, and that's a major source of time save at the higher level. This trainer is 4-turn Thrash Girl. She has 4 Pokemon, all are 1 turn by Thrash. Nothing else will guarantee kill. Her Oddish that she leads with, at least. So we're hoping we get 4-turn Thrash here, not 3-turn. We can survive a hit in Confusion. Okay, we do get 4-turn Thrash.
Very nice.
Okay, I can actually go for a Slowpoke Red Bar.
You can.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Get to show some Red Bar manipulation off. Thrash is 2 to 3 turns in future generations, but not in Gen 1. Okay, this Venonat coming up is a range with Thrash. This fight is very unlikely to go wrong. This Venonat only has Tackle and Disable, but if it disables Thrash... Fortunately we killed it. If it disables Thrash, it's pretty funny. You just keep on thrashing, and you're just not able to do anything. Not even heal. Well, it's not funny if it happens to you. It's funny to see it happen to other people.
That's cruel. No, I'm just kidding.
As you can see, this is Rock Tunnel. Because of the palette I chose at the start, this brownish palette, sepia.
It is 17 to 20 damage from Confusion.
Okay.
And Oddish is a range still.
Okay.
78.
I'm willing to take that since I saved for 4 turn.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to Bubble Beam this Slowpoke. And this Slowpoke has good AI, so we'll always go for super effective moves. It's going for Confusion, knocks us right into Red Bar. So the fights from now on through Rock Tunnel are going to be just lightning fast. It's worth it in a lot of situations to take intentional damage just to get Red Bar. Yeah, as I was saying before, this palette that I chose at the beginning kind of allows us to see the outline of our player, makes navigating Rock Tunnel just a little bit easier. So that I don't have to hear Nidoking's cry right there, because Nidoking has a very long cry. Can just go right towards, right to the fight menu.
So this is something you can do on a Game Boy Advance. You can select this palette and play through your actual cartridge.
Okay, this trainer is Oddish Girl. Any glitchless runner hates this trainer with a passion. Unfortunately, not as bad in Classic. Oddish is still a range, but it uses Poison Powder. This Oddish has Sleep Powder, and it can end really badly.
I'm with the Groger on this one, Primal, I hate to say.
I guess. We do have a pretty large estimate, though, and I did save for 4-turn Thrash Girl, so...
When you didn't save, like, I wish my face could have just been shown on the screen here, because I was just like, what?
Yeah, if your attack is...
On, oh, I can't speak. What does it know? Sunspore? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Sunspore.
Oh yeah, Sunspore, Sleep Powder, and Absorb. And Primal there would have died to Absorb Crit, and probably died just to either of the status moves.
That's true. What was the range on that Oddish?
It was 78, 79.
78. 75. Okay, well, we're past that. So we don't have to worry about that anymore.
You know, you just saved a bunch of time. I mean, no, good on you. This is really cool that we have red bar for this whole section.
Yeah, I really was...
This is actually why I said 10 minutes, kind of, you go down a minute. Really, it's like, this is like an 11-minute split that goes down to being only 10 minutes. This whole section from Surge to obtaining the HM for Fly. Just massive time save.
Skip that level up jingle right there. Saves just so much time. Also,
it's so neat. It sounds so awesome when it happens.
It really does. If you have instant text and red bar, the fights just go by insanely fast. And it's just... it's really nice to see.
It's enjoyable to watch, and it's enjoyable to execute as well. It's like a fun mechanic. Dangerous, but fun mechanic. I didn't even think about what are we looking at for this Growlithe range.
I am not entirely sure, actually.
We got another 79%.
Another 79%. Okay, we got it at least.
Awesome.
Bubble Beam's super effective, but it is a range to kill the Vulpix. So we just use Thrash instead. Okay, I got some items I need to pick up in here, and I use an audio cue, so I'm gonna be quiet for a sec. Alright, pretty good. Ranges in this game are actually 39 rolls, not 16 like it is in other games, which is a weird number.
I feel like casual poker player explained why it was 39 once, but I forget.
Yeah, I don't know it very well enough to explain it. I'm gonna do a shopping trip right here.
No.
I'm gonna just sell all the items we don't need.
Look at that beautiful dome fossil.
And buy a couple revives for safety. And then in Glitchless, you would buy a Pokédoll on this floor for the sequence break. But we can't do that in this category, so we're gonna skip that. Let's buy a couple drinks right here. And trade them to
Remember
this...
to hydrate, everybody.
Yes, please do. Girl kind of trolled me a little bit right there. And she's gonna give us some useful TMs. TM13 is Ice Beam. That can't be something Nidoking can learn, right? Ice Beam? Like, it's weak to ice. It's a ground type.
Yeah, no way.
And Rock Slide? Like, it's not even rock type. And it can't learn Dig. How would it be able to learn Rock Slide? I don't believe it.
I would expect it to be able to learn Rock Slide, but then this game would make me think that it can't, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. Things kind of work like opposite world in this game.
Yeah, luckily, it can learn both.
Yeah, Ice Beam is a very good move. And Rock Slide is... it's a move. It's a necessary move.
It's not guaranteed to hit.
90% accurate.
Like, yeah, it's like actually not guaranteed to hit.
It's the lowest accuracy move we use. Well, it's not technically the lowest accuracy move we use in this run, but it's, for the purposes of the route, the lowest accuracy move in the run.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that it is.
Alright, we're gonna go to this girl's house right here. She's gonna give us the HM for Fly, which isn't necessary, but saves a ton of time. I'm gonna do a little bit of a menu right here. Alright. And now, we are going to have some classic, exclusive content right here.
It's an audio track few hear in a Pokemon speedrun.
You hear it in... Oh, I think you're talking Game Corner. Possibly, yes. I forgot this song existed. It's a good song.
It's a good one. I like it a lot.
What about Fissure and Horn Drill? You actually don't use Fissure in this run. And, oh boy, that's a quick attack. It did not kill. Okay, I think I'm gonna heal for the next fight. Because Tackle would kill me. If that quick attack crit, I would have been dead. Thankfully we have revives, so that's not a huge problem. But dying so early on is not ideal.
Yeah, how many potions do you have?
I have no idea. Let me see a sec.
I was gonna say, if you have a lot, you can potion turn 1.
I have 3. Yeah.
Yeah, just use it then.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of potions left. That should be enough to last us until the rest of the game.
Yeah, you have 4 super potions on you, right?
Yeah. 4
Yeah,
supers.
you can always use one early if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
I would say next time if you have to heal super, right?
Yeah. Okay, so now we got these very slow spinny pads right here. You actually get to hear a whole loop of this song coming up after this trainer, which is unusual since it's a very long song. That's because the spinny pads just take so long in this game. They speed them up in Fire Red and Leaf Green. They're extremely slow here. Now, the Rocket Hideout, you actually just don't do in Glitchless, because you don't need the Silph Scope that you get from the Rocket Hideout, because you use the Pokédoll to sequence break and skip the Ghost Marowak fight in Pokemon Tower. But we can't do that here, so we need to get the Silph Scope the intended way. Well, quote-unquote intended. Sequence breaking is also intended in this game.
Do we have some donation time?
Yeah. Right now we could have a couple donations.
Sounds good. We've got 3 $50 donations anonymously that ended up taking over the Final Fantasy I TAS naming categories. So there are a few that are still open on there, and you've got your options. A $25 donation from an anonymous donor, thank you, and another $100 donation from an anonymous, as well as $25 from Etchy. There were a lot of donations that just came in, and I wanted to make sure we got the opportunity to read all of those.
Shoutouts to Etchy, fellow Pokemon speedrunner. And we just picked up TM07 right there. TM07 contains Horn Drill, which is a move which is a one-hit KO move. It will one-hit KO any Pokemon as long as you are faster than it. However, it's 30% accurate. We do something very interesting to bypass that, as you'll see in the coming fights. Got the double input. No B3F this time. A large menu coming up right here. We're going to teach a lot of moves to Nidoking right here. Timing these text boxes is throwing me off because of the really long name.
Oh, true. I didn't think about how weird that would be.
Okay, TM07, Horn Drill. We almost have our final moveset for Nidoran right here. We just need one extra move. So, we bought in Celadon Mart an item called X Accuracy. And this doesn't work like it does in future games. where it just raises your accuracy stage. In fact, it completely removes the concept of accuracy from the game and makes all of your moves guaranteed to hit. You can't even Gen 1 miss. And because of that, on this Arbok coming up right here, we can just spam our one-hit KO move and just kill it instantly because we outspeed it. That's going to be a common theme throughout some of the game. So that's another reason why Nidoking is just the best Pokemon for the speedrun, is it can learn Horn Drill. All this guy's Pokemon get taken out by Ice Beam.
Yeah, this one we don't need to drill for this training. A common misconception I feel, or maybe a misunderstanding between the speedrunning community and the casual community, I guess, is that this exec horn drill combo might seem a little overpowered, but we do still have turns of vulnerability, and because we do this strategy, it allows us to keep red bar, that low health, for a really long time. So we still have a large amount of risk involved when we're doing the strategy. Just as a little clarifier, I guess.
This Onix coming up, this Rhyhorn coming up after this Onix only knows Horn Attack, so it will spam it. And if he chooses to use it, he used Guard Spec. Giovanni has a chance to use Guard Spec on any of his Pokemon. If he had used Horn Attack there, he would have knocked us right into red bar again.
He 1 in 39 crit you for 22 damage.
1 in 39 crit. Oh man, from a Rhyhorn, that'd be insane.
It would be.
Rhyhorn's very slow, so it doesn't have a high critical hit ratio.
Oh, you can also pick up hidden super potion if you're feeling it.
Oh, too late.
Sorry.
I always forget that's there. I don't think I've ever picked it up. I think you told me while we were racing that was there. I never knew that.
Yeah. I pick it up if I'm low on potions in races.
Okay, that's probably a good idea. Okay. This next fight we are going to use X accuracy and Horn Drill again. The rival leads with Pidgeotto, and it does know Sand Attack, but that doesn't matter to us since we're going to use X accuracy. We actually want him to damage us so we get knocked into red bar. Alright, Quick Attack. Oh, ooh, I think
Super poke.
yeah, I'm gonna heal that. That crit was really bad. Since if he used Quick Attack again, then he would have killed me. Unfortunately, not getting red bar here.
Okay, we got a safe Ghastly fight now. I think this is okay.
Yeah.
We are definitely above those 10 pixels. We got a lot of pixels on our screen there.
Oh yeah. We don't like pixels here at PSR. That's why I run the game with as few of them as possible. You're just demolishing through his team right here.
Pidgeotto, I heard you wanted me to attack.
You attacked too hard. Okay. So now, coming up, we have 3 trainers with Ghastlies. And we would have no way of damaging those Ghastlies. If Nidoking could learn Dig, we could just use that, since Ghastlies have very low defense and Dig is super effective due to their poison typing. But Nidoking can't learn Dig. And Ghastlies don't take very much from special moves at all, since they have very high special stat. So that's why we picked up Rock Slide. It is literally just for these Ghastlies right here. And Rock Slide is 90% to hit, so it can miss. And, yep, right there, it missed. Thankfully we got Nightshade. It can do pretty horrible things. Gen 1 missed again! I didn't Gen 1 miss, it just missed. Okay, That's a 1%.
Well, Gen 1 missed.
Yeah, Gen 1 missed. Wow. I swear Rock Slide's 90% accurate. Right now it's 33. What? What is this? I'm risking it. Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
You got revives. Just
yeah.
go for it.
That's insanely bad. Rock Slide is 90% accurate, I swear.
I think it might
Was
be
90%
89.
accurate.
Well,
I feel like 89.7, but yeah.
we got red bar again, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna take this nifty little heal pad coming up on this floor and get healed back to full.
Heal pad is a good time for donations, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
If
If you got any donations, feel free.
Just some things to encourage people to do. The bidding war for the names for Final Fantasy that TaskBot is going to be playing, that closes immediately at the end of this run. So we want to make sure that that's all taken care of. But there's also another Final Fantasy challenge or incentive that we want to hit. We are less than $700 away from the Final Fantasy X AI Task Showcase. That's a showcase, not a full run as I understand it, a showcase, which I am very excited to see though, because I mean, anytime we see some PS2 or some newer things that are going on, some of these newer RPGs that we don't always get the opportunity to see tool assist runs on, I am very excited to see what's going to be coming up the pike.
Okay, you can see I accidentally used Ice Beam on that Ghastly. That was glitchless muscle memory right there. Or was it? No. I don't remember the glitchless move order right now. But
Hopefully it's not 1 or 2.
yeah, okay. No, that was my old classic move order. That was the old move order I used to use for classic. Rock Slide was on the bottom. Now Ice Beam is there. Okay. That is the last time I had to use Rock Slide, thankfully. Pick up rare candy right here, and do this Ghost Marowak fight without sequence breaking, since we have the Silph Scope. You're going to put this Cubone's mother spirit at peace respectfully by blasting it in the face with an Ice Beam. Very nice. Mother Soul was calmed. Yeah, I don't know about that. Next we just got a few Team Rocket fights coming up right here. We actually have one more Rock Slide use that I forgot about. That's not for a little bit yet.
Oh, but that one doesn't really count, does it?
Yeah. That one doesn't really count. It can't.
You have an extra.
Can't troll you that hard. It can't troll you at all, actually. Yeah,
no, it cannot. Well, unless you use Ice Beam instead.
Yeah, I guess if you use Ice Beam instead, it can troll you.
But now you won't. Now that we double mentioned it, it won't happen.
Oh yes, definitely not gonna happen. This is actually one of the few parts of the game where yellow saves time over red, because in yellow you just fight one battle against Jesse and James up here, but in red you gotta fight these 3 Team Rocket grunts, which is unusual because normally yellow is the slow version.
Yeah, I didn't put that together. This would be a spot where yellow saves time. That's neat.
Yeah, it saves time here. I think, yeah, it saves time in Rocket Hideout in Classic. It saves time in Blaine's Gym.
Oh yeah, definitely Blaine's Gym. Blaine's Gym has a bit of a I guess a quiz that you have to go through. In Pokemon Red and Blue, you have to clear the entire introduction to the concept of the quiz before answering each question. In Yellow, you only have to do it for the first question.
Yeah, and Yellow Blaine assumes you're smart enough to not have to repeat the instructions for the quiz like 6 times.
Curious though, in Yellow, if you were to fight the first trainer to unlock Door 1, would Door 2 give you the instructions if you talk to the Switch?
I'm not about to find out.
up yellow later and test it out myself.
That is interesting. I don't know the answer. Alright, so now we're going to save Mr. Fuji. And he is going to give us a useful item, the Poke Flute, which can be used to awaken Pokemon on the overworld and in battle, which hopefully we won't need to do. But, you know, if worst comes to worst, we can use the Poke Flute to wake our Pokemon up. We're going to take this Pokemon Center in Saffron. This is, again, mainly to set our warp point. Celadon is a very useful warp point for the rest of the run, because it's just close to a lot of things. It's close to Saffron, which we'll have to go to a couple of times. It's got a gym right in town, which we'll have to fight eventually. And it's got a path to Fuchsia City.
You mean it has a sleeping Snorlax?
Oh yes, a sleeping Snorlax.
Slumbering Snorlax.
Just gonna bribe the police to go through. Don't try this at home, kids. And then go right to Silph Co. to take on Team Rocket yet again. Which we just did like 2 times in a row already.
And we are quickly progressing through the plot here.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Oh man, I didn't get it. That just looked lame. You can pick up that elixir from the wrong direction, and it's called swagging it. However, I missed it. It just looks cool. I gotta use an Exact on this Arbok right here. Hopefully it won't paralyze us with glare, and it did not. That's actually, barring a Gen 1 miss, that is our last opportunity to get paralyzed in the entire run. We do not need our paralyzed heals anymore.
Or I guess Nightshade into Haze on Agatha.
Yeah, I guess. If you're setting that up on Arbok, you could get paralyzed then.
Haha.
If everything goes normally, we can't get paralyzed again for the rest of the run. This is another section where we're going to walk extra tiles upwards, so that after the fight, our rival can just walk straight to the teleporter instead of walking all the way around us, because he walks so slow. I'm going to set up an X accuracy, and we are going to set up an X speed on this Pidgeot, because his Alakazam outspeeds us. And so by outspeeding the Alakazam, we can just Horn Drill it. We did want to get some damage on that Pidgeot, and it's really unfortunate that we didn't, especially since we didn't take any damage from Arbok. And we do want to take some damage in this next section. Not to get red bar, at least not right now. But there's a really cool red bar setup we can do in a little bit that requires us being at around half health, a little bit higher than half health right now. I think I need to be able to, like,
last Rock Slide.
yes, we don't have to deal with that move anymore. Good riddance. I think I need to be at 61. So hopefully we can take some damage in the next couple fights coming up here.
Yeah, you actually live most psychic crits from Drowsy.
Ooh. That is pretty cool.
Or like half of them, at least. Did I say most? No,
Yeah.
you live like 30% of them. Sorry.
Okay.
But you know what I mean. You're like very, very favorable to live.
Wait. So in that case, I no, I need to.
Yeah, go for drowsy. Yeah.
Let's take it right here. I should have ethered on drowsy. Hopefully I can, I'm just gonna stall for a little bit. Try to get some damage. It's paralyzed. Headbutt. That's not what I wanted. Okay, at least it was a crit. Oh boy. You know what?
Saved yourself a horn drill.
I did save myself a horn drill.
It's 1 out of 4 to hit you.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, you can stall it.
Stalling on
Do you have an extra? Do you have extra? Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you have an extra Exact?
I really don't want to like waste XX.
Okay. But yeah, you can give Hypno a couple turns. I think that's fair enough.
I think I'll just give Hypno a couple turns. I hope I get damage. Hopefully I can get at least a little bit of damage right here, since I do have to set up another X accuracy. Focus energy.
We're discussing something called boom strats. For those that know of it, we're gonna be setting something special up for Koga's wheezing to do to us, which requires our health to be a little bit lower than this.
So the thing we're trying to set up is there's something in this game called good AI. We use the term good very loosely, because it can be very easily abused. What good AI does is it prioritizes super effective moves. So if the game thinks a move is super effective on Nidoking, it will use that move. Another thing that it does is it deprioritizes not very effective moves on Nidoking if there is a damaging alternative. Koga's wheezing knows self-destruct, and because all the rest of its moves either are poison type or are non-damaging, it will always use self-destruct on Nidoking. And if we can get it to use self-destruct on Nidoking and kill it with self-destruct, then we can use rare candies to level up and revive into very good red bar for basically the remainder of the game. But we do need to take some damage in order to make that, likelier.
Yeah, and it easily saves in the ballpark of like 3 or 3.5 minutes. I don't know, something like that, right?
Oh,
for
yeah.
not having red bar.
In Silph Co, there was a third item ball in that little section over there. Oh, we did not pick it up. That was a Carbos, but since we have perfect speed, we do not need our speed increased from the Carbos. Toss Paralyze Heals since we don't need them, and we need, what am I using the Silph Scope? We need bag space. Because you can only carry 20 items in this game. The bag is very restrictive. And that includes key items, TMs, HMs, and everything. So in order to have enough space for everything, you just need to toss those.
Deal with Snorlax the same way we would deal with like Sudowoodo in Gen 2. You just run away after you get it to be alert.
Yeah, Snorlax is an incredible Pokemon, but it's just, it's kind of its gimmick. It's just slow. And we don't want slow Pokemon here.
Its best competitive strategy is actually to make itself slower.
That's true in Gen 2. Yeah, Curselax. We picked up a PP up hidden on Cycling Road. That is to increase the PP of Horn Drill. Horn Drill is an incredible move, but only being able to use it 5 times is kind of a hindrance. So using the PP up, we can increase that to 6.
Is this a good time for a reminder?
Yeah, this is actually a great time.
All right, perfect. Just one last reminder about the Final Fantasy the Final Fantasy Task Bot. There are currently 4 names that are in the lead, and if you would like to snag one of those spots, it's going to take a little bit of work. So let's make sure we get those donations in. And also for the prizes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the Lost Kingdoms Red Fairy plushes are closing out at this one. So you want to make sure you get those donations in there. At least $5 will get you in for the running on 2 of those. But if you'd like to get in on all 4, it would take a $15 donation. That is not that much, and you have a lot of opportunities for it. As well as, for $25, though, I definitely want to highlight here, and by the way, we definitely want to give a quick shout out there to Toy Hermit for those Red Fairy plushes. But we also want to make sure that we keep an eye on that Super Nintendo. That Super Nintendo is a composite mod Super Nintendo that has been, let's see, I like to make sure I get these names right on here. P. Diggity Dog has donated that, and we definitely want to give him thanks for that too. So $25 donation for that, and all of those are going to be, as I said, some of those are going to be coming to a close pretty soon, so let's get some donations in.
Sweet. So we went into the Safari Zone because we need to pick up a couple necessary items right here. We're going to retrieve this old man's dirty teeth from the ground. Very sanitary. I don't know how he dropped them right there. And then we're gonna go into this house to get HM3 Surf. And then we're going to dig right out of the Safari Zone. And go right to Fuchsia Gym, the poison type gym. But for some reason, all the trainers in here besides Koga have psychic type Pokemon. Psychic is super effective against poison, so they could easily like overthrow him as the gym leader if they so wanted to.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I didn't think about it that way.
Now, like, the next trainer we're gonna fight has a Hypno, and that's... Really, Psychic is just such an overpowered type in Gen 1. And, Hypno is a fully evolved Pokemon. Could easily just destroy Koga, I feel. Yeah, we got the Earthquake TM. Earthquake is 100 base power, it's ground type, so Nidoking gets same type attack bonus on it. Its power is increased by 1.5 times. And it's just an all-around good attack. I think I will X-Ack on this fight. Do I do it on Drowsy or Hypno?
Do it on Drowsy.
Okay. So I still need to take some damage, so I'm going to elect to try to take some damage in this fight. This is the last fight before Koga. I'm hoping that happens. Confusion, that's very good. We do actually need to take a little bit more damage to ensure we get killed by self-destruct. Very nice. As long as it doesn't confuse. Alright, nice. And this Hypno...
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should have drilled the Drowsy.
Yeah, you could have drilled Drowsy too, I was
Yeah.
trying to say. Okay.
Whatever.
It would have saved a little bit of time, but it's not that big of a deal. About a second.
These are not normal strats. So now we have enough... We're low enough on health in order to die to self-destruct on this fight.
Yeah, we're guaranteed. Yeah.
We can just demolish the rest of his team with Earthquake. Gen 1 misused Earthquake. Hopefully we won't Gen 1 miss on this fight, although it's pretty inconsequential. Oh, I think the Muck has, like, Minimize, and that could get messy, potentially.
The coughing is worse.
Oh, yeah, because it has Smoke Screen. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I've been there.
Oh no. I've Gen
It's
1
funny
missed
'cause
ones.
you have no more earthquakes left, so like once you start missing them, you have one extra actually. You have one spare earthquake normally.
Okay, so yeah, Nidoking died. He's in crit for good measure. Wow. So we're definitely very dead. But we still beat Koga since we have more Pokemon in our party. And if we talk to Koga after, he says, make space for this child. Koga's not giving us his TM because our bag is full of 20 items. And that saves time over getting the TM and having Koga like explain all about the lore of TM06 Toxic or whatever.
Toxic explanation.
So yeah, it's really important for this kind of gym rush we're gonna do after this next section to, always have 20 items in our inventory after beating each gym later. Going back to our home in Pallet Town in order to surf down to Pokemon Mansion. And do a bit of a menu right here. Whoop. A rare candy Nidoking into very, very deep red bar. And surf. If you have high enough attack, you can actually skip the PP up and do some different inventory strats, which means that you don't rare candy here. So Nidoking is still dead in this section. Still fainted, I mean. But the repel that we have active still works if your lead Pokemon is fainted. Just the mere sight of Nidoking. Doesn't matter whether it's dead or alive. Just the mere sight of Nidoking causes all the encounters to stay away. Toxic is not my favorite move, but it is my favorite Britney song. Very nice. Oops.
To be fair. Oh yeah, extra steps would be scary with a not alive Nido.
Oh yes, it would. What? No! Don't teach strength to Nidoking. Oh my.
Gen 1 Miss wants to learn strength.
that wasted a few seconds. Oh, whatever. That item ball right there contains the move Blizzard, which is 120 base power and 90% accurate. It's certainly more of a gamble than Ice Beam. Yeah, in Gen 1. They heavily nerfed it in Gen 2. I believe in the Japanese versions it's also 30% to freeze, which is insane. I'm gonna pick up a couple rare candies right here. There's one hidden in the corner right here.
We're opting for them, you could say.
Yes.
Opt.
Oh! I see what you did there.
Technically, we could have skipped one of them, but using both is gonna pad our stats a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we have kind of the gym rush. We're just gonna defeat all the remaining gyms in rapid fire, starting with Celadon Gym, Erika. And since we have Ice Beam, Erika's team is just a joke. If we had lower special, we would actually we would fight Blaine and Sabrina before Erika, because Blaine's badge gives a special badge boost, which ensures that even if we have low special, Erika's Pokemon are defeated by Ice Beam. But since we have high enough special, we can just go straight to Erika.
Oh, I'm silly. What I was saying before wasn't true about the candies. I forget that you skipped one earlier.
Oh
So you're
yeah,
actually
I
a
skipped the
normal
one in
level.
Rocket Hideout because of
Yeah,
inventory space.
Yeah, it's such a neat thing about Pokemon Red is that there's even multiple ways to complete the speed run in like a very similar fashion. Like little choices that could be based on preference or what's optimal, or what you can do, what you personally can do well. Yeah.
Yeah, routing for this game is like very, very precise in particular, because you got the precision of the menus. Like you need to have 20 items at every gym leader, and then of course with the badge boost, you got to keep your experience in check, so you don't like level up at an inopportune time and erase badge boosts. Which I think makes this game just really enjoyable to route, because you gotta be just very particular about everything. Okay, now we are going to Blaine's gym, and we got quiz time right here. Let's see if we can answer the questions correctly. Caterpie evolves into Butterfree? I mean, not directly, kind of.
Technically.
It doesn't evolve directly into Butterfree, but like it eventually does, so the game counts that as a yes.
Totally shouldn't be a yes.
There are 9 certified Pokemon League badges. Well, I mean, now there's more after this, after this game it's been released for 20 years, but at the time this would be no.
Is there ever exactly 9 though?
I don't know. Poliwag evolves 3 times.
Yeah, sure it does.
Yeah, I mean, do you count Politoed?
Yeah,
Politoed
of
isn't
course.
in this game. I don't know. These questions are tough.
Also, it looks like Primal's saying yes to every question, but he's actually using the B button to say no to some of them. The last 3 were actually ones that he said no to, but it might look like he's saying yes.
Are Thunder moves effective against ground-type Pokemon? I see some people stalling on Rhyhorn, so I don't know. This question tests your knowledge about DVs, so we know that one, since our Nidoran has random DVs. Team 28 contains Tombstoner. I'm not sure about that one. I think TN28 contains Dig. Okay, so now the Blaine fight. This is one of 2 fights in the run that is literally impossible to lose. You cannot lose to this fight. You can't even Gen 1 miss. Because his Growlithe spams agility because of good AI. It thinks, oh, a Psychic move. Psychic is super effective against poison, so I will spam this move that I have that is Psychic type, even though it doesn't deal any damage. So we can just set up an X accuracy for completely free, and then just Horn Drill everything else.
Yeah, Blaine is really clever. He also has a small chance to even use a super potion on his full health Growlithe there. That is an outcome that can happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he can do that, since we can't even do that. You can't even use a super potion on a full health Pokemon, but Blaine kind of transcends the rules of the game. He's
The
that
only
good.
exception would be like, I guess if you're raising Pikachu's happiness in yellow.
Oh, that is true.
But it claims that you don't use it, but it does actually have that effect.
That is true. I used that when I played Yellow casually to get Bulbasaur early. So now we're going to go right to Sabrina's gym. Just breezing past. Sabrina is a fight that is free asterisk. Like, in that, it's free unless you Gen 1 miss. Or have bad speed, but we have perfect speed. You just spam Earthquake against all 4 of her Pokemon. They're all guaranteed to die to Earthquake. Life is good. But you can Gen 1 miss, and if you Gen 1 miss, things have the potential to go very badly. If you have bad speed, you actually need to set up an X speed on this fight, which has like a 1 in 3 chance, even more than that, of killing you.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like taking bad speed.
No, taking bad speed is awful. I've died... I feel more than I should have to this Sabrina fight because of that.
Yeah, I think I've only taken it once on a PB attempt, and yeah, that died.
Thankfully I didn't Gen 1 miss.
We are approaching one of the walls of this game. I'll let you know it's 70% on each of them.
Okay. I was just going to ask that. 70%.
Yeah.
Is that...
Some people call him Karate King. Others call him Black Belt, which is the official name, I guess. We have one individual that refers to him as Gandalf. You know, you shall not pass. But he has 2 Majokes that can end the run by using Karate Chop.
Yeah. This fight is, well, then not this next fight, but the fight after it can be pretty bad. It's 70%. That's kind of middle of the road. Is that X-Ax strats?
No, you still Earthquake them.
Okay. I'll save an EQ.
Yeah. It's fun to keep the red bar. I mean, of course you could just go in and revive if you die, but...
Yeah, I like keeping the red bar.
Yeah. And if you only die once and then win, it's faster anyway.
That is true. Alright, so we just defeated the cool trainer, and coming up, I like to call him the uncool trainer, personally.
Alright, we got a 4th name to the list there. Got 147 game time, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I don't have a timer up, and so I don't really know my pace right now.
Yeah, we don't care. We know we're underestimated. That's all that matters.
Estimate's pretty generous. So this Machoke is, you said, about a 70% range with Earthquake?
70%. Yep.
Ooh, did not get it. And Karate Chop! Okay. That's a death.
Alright, so we are allowed to soft reset. So notice, the Game Boy bio screen did not pop up. So we're not RNG manipulating anything.
Yeah, soft resetting is within the rules because you can't RNG manipulate from it. You can only RNG manipulate from a hard reset. Hard reset's slower in most cases anyway. Okay, if you could not kill me this time, that would be very good. Alright, we actually got the range. Very nice. This Machop always dies to Earthquake. Next we got another 70% range.
We got it. Let's go.
Nice. Alright. See, that's how the fight is supposed to go. So you got a good sampling of how that fight can go. Okay, so the game wants you to take the spinny pads right here, but we saw how slow those are in Rocket Hideout. So we're just going to exit the gym, re-enter to reset the positions of the trainers. I just use a super, whatever, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Reset the positions of the trainers and then walk right up here past this guy, which is faster than taking these slow spinny pads. And then we can fight Giovanni for the final time. This is another fight that can't kill you unless you Gen 1 miss. But you do not one-hit all his Pokemon. His Rhydon, he ends with a Rhydon, does not die to Ice Beam. But because of good AI, and Rhydon's only ground-type move being Fissure, he uses Fissure. And because he's slower than Nidoking, Fissure doesn't work. So Rhydon cannot damage us at all.
Yeah, he like thinks it's super effective, so he goes for it.
Alright, see, Fissure. Gen 1 miss is unaffected. Cannot kill you with Fisher.
And one miss is unaffected.
Alright, so we got all the badges. Now all we have left to do is go to the Elite Four through Victory Road.
To just get on the bike, don't super repel here.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks for reminding me. That would be very bad.
Normally we use the super repel after exiting this gym, but Primal used it early.
Yeah, early super repel forbidden strats. It's not forbidden strats, that was just a mistake, as we call it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often, actually. That
Yeah,
mistake.
I think that was the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah,
This
like
is-
no shade, but I haven't seen anyone do it.
Yeah, I know. You know, everything's different when you're doing commentary, you're talking. It's a marathon.
Oh, I know, yeah.
The nerves. That's okay. So this fight is the second and final fight in the run where it is literally impossible to lose for pretty much the same reason. His Pidgeot spams agility. You can set up an X accuracy right there. We need to set up an X speed too. I'm going to do that on his Growlithe, where the same logic applies. He has agility and he will spam it. The reason we set up the reason I set up the X speed on the Growlithe is in case you have low attack, his Alakazam is a range with Earthquake. And by X speeding on Growlithe, you get a badge boost in attack after you level up, guaranteeing the Alakazam. Spam Earthquake right here. Oh no, spam Growlithe will spam agility right here, and I can Earthquake him. And the fight is just free. Horn Drill is Venusaur. Perfect. So this next section, we're going to go through a long section without any battles. It's just going to be pure execution. Just got to go through the final route and then Victory Road. Probably going to get a Repel Wear Out text somewhere because I used it early.
Probably a good time for any announcement type of thing.
Perfect. Just waiting for my cue. I've got quite a bit here. In the last couple minutes, there's been a lot of donations. A Smith 1313 says, "Let's get that Final Fantasy X AI TAS run." Kios says, "I demand TASBot" with a $10 donation. Thank you so much, both you guys. And Sukio 2830 says, "Let's get more palindromes. For a while, our donation tracker did have a palindrome in it. So it just took us a while before we got to it." Riglon says, with $25 says, "AI doing speedruns, you say? I'm intrigued." And we have a $250 donation from Mr. Sparkle. Thank you so much for that very generous donation. And it says, "RAR." I love it, just RAR. And we have one last donation from Houdini Splicer, who, it's a $50 donation. Final Fantasy X TAS. I want to see it. And I don't blame you. Let's get some more donations in on that. We are definitely closing in on that incentive.
Sweet. So we're just coming up on Victory Road right here. And Victory Road is cool in this game in that there are no required trainer battles at all. You just gotta go through avoiding any trainers and just push these boulders correctly. That is what is called a swag boulder. You push the boulder from the wrong direction. It does waste a repel step, and it does waste 2 frames per swag boulder generally. But it's very cool. That one did not waste any time since I was heading the same direction after swag bouldering. Many people call that an optimal swag boulder. I don't, because it's not really optimal because it doesn't save time, and it's not really swag because it doesn't lose time.
It's a not unoptimal boulder.
It's just a boulder.
Just a boulder. Pioneers, you know. It's a rock.
I moved incorrectly. That means my repel's gonna run out early. I need to take that into account. The repel is very, very tight right here. Like if you take any missteps at all, I believe, your repel will wear out early before you can apply the next one. So I gotta take an extra menu.
Yeah, you get the swag boulder now though if you want.
Oh, that's true.
You already have the menu. Might as
I
well.
forgot about that. There we go.
Normally we
that's
can't
all
swag boulder here because our step count is exact, but we already wasted a couple.
What's the maximum amount of swag boulders you can do? It's like 23, 24?
You would have to ask Dreekian.
Yeah, Dreekian is
I'm
the
not sure actually.
master of swag boulders. In fact, I believe Dreek did like 25 in a tournament race.
Whatever is the maximum amount, he did that like +2 because he like moved it in the wrong direction and then like did another one on purpose.
Okay, this is a really easy place to show off swag boulders right here. It's where I first learned how to do them.
Honestly, a valid question, Shiner. How did Twitch Plays Pokemon ever get through Victory Road?
No idea.
With time. I guess that is actually the answer. Time.
And regret.
That is true. There's a lot of regret in Twitch Plays Pokemon. Okay.
You up to buy a couple full restores?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a few
You?
full restores.
Okay, good.
Just for safety. Ooh, not great balls. Now this Lorelei fight is really quite interesting in how it works. Because we have no real way of taking Dugong out turn 1 because we have to set up an Exac and then Horn Drill. Lorelei has good AI, and her Dugong has Rest and Aurora Beam that she thinks is super effective, so she will use either turn 1. But turn 2, she actually favors status moves, so she will always use Rest on turn 2. So we actually sack our bird right here to Aurora Beam. And then she's guaranteed to use Rest this turn. And from here the fight is free. I have just enough X accuracies left. You can see just how much time Red Bar is saving, because you're skipping all these Pokemon cries, you're skipping all these level ups right here. You're skipping Pokemon death sounds, and Red Bar also saves, I believe, 1 frame every text box because you skip the text clearing jingle, which is pretty funny to me. Nice. If Lorelei Gen 1 misses your bird with Aurora Beam, and then he just feels sad. Use a quick elixir before Bruno. Bruno is not a hard fight at all. Very, very unlikely to die to Bruno, although it has happened to me before. It's Onyx. If it uses Slam and crits, it can kill you.
So
Nice.
hopefully the slam.
I used Harden, and the fight is free from here.
And what's our plan for Agatha?
I'm just gonna super.
And then no need for X speed, right?
Do you X speed with perfect? Because you don't use any carbos.
So
you
you
do?
will not outspeed the second Gengar. But when you think
Okay.
about it,
Yeah, that's not bad.
it's better odds on last Gengar.
That's
not,
true than the
like,
first
hit you or
Gengar.
Yeah.
Agatha has 2 Gengar. The first has Hypnosis, and the last one has Toxic. So it's better to YOLO the last Gengar, or give the last Gengar a turn than the first
Where it's
Gengar.
just double super if you're doing that, because there's
Just
no
double
way to get
super.
Nightshade benefit.
Okay. Agatha, in contrast to the past two fights, can be a little bit of a troll. Gengar has a bit of a trolly moveset. It's got Confuse Ray, Nightshade, Hypnosis, the first one does, and Dream Eater. But thankfully, since we have high enough speed, we actually outspeed this first Gengar. So we don't need to deal with that one. This Golbat takes 2 turns to kill with Ice Beam. Good, we got Wing Attack. Did not get Confuse Ray. So if I don't get damage from the next Gengar, that'd actually be perfect, and I could just use a potion.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
I could show you perfect health. That'd be amazing.
The record time for red, for this category is 156.
Yeah, 156.
For regular glitches, yeah, that's so nice. Toxic is good. Regular glitchless, it's 145.
Okay. So now there is a kind of an interesting strat we can do on Lance, but it requires me to heal to a certain amount. No red bar. Oh, you will see. We will hopefully get red bar in this next fight. I need to just use an elixir real quick, and then use our last regular potion to heal to a pretty specific amount, 134.
2 potions.
2 potions?
Oh, you have 1 left. No, you're fine.
Oh,
you have 1 left still.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry.
I don't need to use 2 potions.
No, you're at the perfect health.
Okay, so we have no way of like killing Gyarados turn 1 reliably. Lance leads with Gyarados. So we need to use an X special in order to tank his Hydro Pump that he will spam. Hydro Pump at this health can do 133 with this special max. So that's really good for the health we're at, since that will put us in very good red bar. Gyarados loves to crit though. It has about a 16% chance to crit, I believe. We're going to use an X speed on this next Dragonair right here. And should I just full restore for no, I have 1 X accuracy left. Should I just full restore for safety?
Yeah, you might as well.
I think so. Because using your last X accuracy on champion and then dying.
Or you could potion and save, and then full restore on Sky Attack.
Yeah, you know what? That's worth it. I kind of forgot I had a potion left. So if I have this menu open, might as well just save. Coming up on the last fight of the game.
Get that wing attack. Let's see a wing attack. Just 1.
Yeah.
Non-crit wing attack.
We would like 1 non-crit wing attack to get in red bar for the rest of the fight. And save just
yes,
a little
animations are on. Animations on.
Yes, animations are automatically set to on for this fight for dramatic effect. And let me tell you, there is dramatic effect when you're on PB pace. Okay, mirror move.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's what I said. And then wing attack.
Alright, so it is free from here, even though we don't have red bar. We set up our X speed, we set up our X ac, we just outspeed everything in Horn Drill. The fight is free from here.
Well played, good game, Bruno.
GG. Yes. You really don't want to see Sky Attack from Pidgeot first thing on this fight, because then you have to immediately kill Pidgeot with Blizzard. Or, no, you don't have Blizzard in this category. You just got a full restore then.
Yeah, either we full restore, or if we use X-Act turn 1, we Horn Drill it, and X-Speed on Alakazam, which is a coin flip to win the fight from there.
It can get pretty messy.
Yeah, either Alakazam uses Reflect, or it uses Death Ray, I meant Psychic.
Okay, so after this Venusaur, and we can enter the Hall of Fame. If this was a PB attempt, or I didn't want to play safely, I actually would have deposited all my Pokemon besides Nidoking and Spearow into the PC beforehand. Because in the Hall of Fame sequence, each Pokemon in your party takes about 8 seconds to like display in the Hall of Fame. So by depositing 2 Pokemon in the PC, you're just saving time. But since, you know, we're playing safe, we have revives, we need something to sack in order to use the revives. So we kept all of our party, which isn't a huge time loss. Oh yes, I mean OPT. Congratulations OPT, you and your Pokemon are Hall of Famers. Gen 1 miss. I don't think we saw any of those this run actually. This is pretty lucky.
You're right. On average, you do see 1 or 2 of them, but
I guess it was in the name. I kind of prevented it from happening. Since this game just does the opposite of what you tell it to.
Might be a new strat. Maybe we should just do that from now on.
Just make an entirely new new Paris Manip. New extended for naming the Nidoran Gen 1
just
miss.
for classic.
Just for classic, that'd be better.
In-game time of 206.
206
Pretty nice.
IGT. It's not bad. Alright, time is right now. Forgot to say that.
Oh,
It
yeah,
looks like they
time.
caught it.
Alright, cool.
They caught it one of those times there.
Alright, so what was the time?
Since we got a couple seconds, you have 2:08:51.
Whoa, 208.51, that's pretty good.
Solid.
That is alright.
And since we have a few seconds here, what? Okay, hot take. What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon is Clefable.
Fable. Interesting.
Clefable, yes, it's very versatile. I'd say it's one of the most versatile Pokemon ever. Plus, in the tasks of this game, Clefable is well, Clefable was used. It's not anymore, but it was, and that made me happy.
Maybe that's why the Clefairy was chasing you earlier.
Possibly, it got 2 1% encounter Clefairies in a row. That's pretty insane.
Absolutely cool. Square, how about you?
I'd have to go with Eevee.
Classic decision. Classic decision.
It is.
Classic
a little basic,
decision.
but I like Eevee.
Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. And this was an absolute blast to run. I played Pokemon Blue and Red back in like, oh god, right whenever these were starting to come out here in the States. So I mean, this was always fun to be able to see. From here, though, we do have a couple extra donations that I wanted to make sure that we read beforehand. Let's see if I can actually get to the donation tracker back up here from Gaia, who just says TaskBot for $10. Thank you. I would say that as a cheer. TaskBot. And WillSpa02, who says Final Fantasy X Task, looking forward to seeing it in action. Coder Wilson's, thank you seeing it in action, Coder Wilson. Thank you so much for those donations. And it looks like we're going to be wrapping up here pretty quick, but I wanted to ask you guys, any last comments before we head out?
If you're interested in running this game, join the Pokemon Gen 1 to 3 speedrunning Discord. I'd be happy to help you, get you started there on Glitchless or Glitchless Classic or really any category. There's also a Red Racing Discord linked there, where we have lots of red races, mostly glitchless, but we have been having a lot of classic races recently, so stop by if you're interested. Races are a great way to improve your skills and learn the game.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. It's great running this.
Yeah, it was great to have you guys too. Thank you so much for showing this game off. And I know I'm going to be signing off here too. I'll be joining you guys probably as we watch TASBot take on Final Fantasy next. So this is definitely something you do not want to miss. I always love seeing TASBot. It's such a treat here.
Yeah, it should be fun.